Food additive is substance that are added to food to maintain or improve the safety, freshness, taste, texture, or appearance of food. Many different food additives have been developed over time to meet the needs of food production, as making food on a large scale is very different from making them on a small scale at home. The use of food additive is only justified when their use as a technological need, does not mislead consumer and serve a well-defined technological function, such as to preserve the nutritional quality of the seafood or enhance the stability of the food. Food additive can be derived from plant, animal, or mineral, or they can be synthetic.
There are some reasons used in usage of food additive, which is to refine quality of the food. For example, avoiding any food from microbial spoilage, where can cause foodborne illness and inhibit oxidation, which cause fats and oil become full. Other than that, additives supply nutritional ingredients for consumer with specific requirements such as vitamin and mineral, which can be added to boost product while making more nutritious product, or bulking agent for lessen calorie intake for the consumer. Besides this, additive improving interest on food and food product either by maintaining or enhancing the consistency, texture, and other sensory properties such as taste and color. These show that emulsifier, thickness, and stabilizer are maintaining consistent texture and prevent the separation of ingredients, including product of margarine, ice cream, jellies, and salad dressing. However, color enhance is also additive that appeal to many food products. Thus, additive has been giving a longer shelf life. This preventing consumer having to do a lot of shopping daily, as food can be safely brought and stored for the extended period of time.
Actually, food additive is not safe, regardless of whether an additive contributes nutritionally or just cosmetically. It cannot be used in a food product until it has been deemed safe for the general public by the US Department of Food and Drug Administration (FDA) and sometimes other agencies such as the US Department of Agriculture. The first example of food additive that cause healthy issue is MSG, monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate or MSG is a common food additive used to intensify and enhance the flavor of savory dish. MSG can cause headache, sweating, and numbness after eating a large amount. Besides this, weight gain and metabolic syndrome also factor that cause healthy issue. The third example is sodium nitrate. Frequently found in processed meats, sodium nitrate acts as a preservative to prevent the growth of bacteria, while also adding a salty flavor and reddish pink color. Higher rise of stomach cancer is factor that cause healthy issue that related with higher intake of nitrites and nitrosamine. The last example is trans fat. Trans fats are a type of unsaturated fat that have undergone hydrogenation, which increase shelf life and improve the consistency of product. High intake of trans fat would be more risky to heart disease.
Code of additive. It means the e-numbering system was developed and became a legal requirement on packaging in the 1980s. The E in e-number stands for European. It means this number have been tested for safety and been granted use in the European Union. The EU countries have done a list of 314 safe food additives. Each of them is given an E number. The example of The code of additive is E102. In this example, E means the additive is controlled by EU. 1 means the first digit of the E number tell us that the additive is a coloring. 102 means the E number tell us that the additive is tetrazine, yellow dye. So there is several examples. E codes number E100 mean coloring agent, E200 mean preservative, E300 mean antioxidant, E400 mean thickness stabilizer, gelling agent, emulsifier. E500 is agent for physical characteristic. E600 means flavor enhancer. All additives in EU must be authorized and listed with condition of use in the EU's positive list above on a safety assessment. The technology need ensuring the use of the additive will not mislead consumers. Regulation EC 1333/2008 set the rules on food additive, definitions, condition of use, labeling and procedure. It contains Annex 1 until Annex 5. Annex 1 technological function of food additive. Annex 2 Union list of food additive approved for use in food additive and condition of use. Annex 3 Union list of food additive approved for use in food additive, food enzyme and food flavoring and their condition of use. Annex 4 traditional foods for which certain EU countries may be continued to prohibit the use of certain categories of food additive. Annex 5 additive labeling information for certain food colors.
First group of additive is flavoring. They are artificial flavoring and flavor enhancer. They make food taste better to sell in a competitive market. In such case, flavor is the most important attribute of the product. For example, monosodium glutamate. This is added to soup and fast food like fish ball soup. The flavor component in processed seafood product is higher than the raw seafood. Some flavoring can be bad for a health because artificial flavor sometimes contain fewer chemical than natural flavor. Next, product of additive is coloring. These are used to make food look more appetizing or brightly colored for kids, and it is usually used for marketing. Food coloring is used both in commercial seafood production and in domestic cooking. Certain food and color additive can cause an allergic type reaction like food intolerance in consumers. For example of food and color additive that are used on seafood products including sulfating agent and FD&C yellow. Sulfating agents are most used during on-board handling of shrimp and lobster to prevent the formation of black spot.
The next group are preservative. Preservative is a chemical that prevents the food from going rancid by stopping bacteria growth or preventing browning of the food. There are two ways that food can go rotten, either by bacteria or fungi grow on the food and decompose it, which food smells bad. Second way is the food molecules are oxidized to other compounds. For example, fats are oxidized to acid and the food goes rancid. So, preservative and antioxidant stop this thing happening, which food lasts longer and reduce the risk of disease. Second, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C and it stops fruit and meat from browning. In the last group is emulsifiers. Emulsifiers are additives that help to liquid meat. For example, water and oil separate in a glass, but adding an emulsifier will help the liquids meet together. In addition, they are useful in making chocolate and mayonnaise. Some commercial peanut butter is made with emulsifiers, so the oil does not separate and others get a layer of oil on top. So, if we get imported peanut butter has a creamier texture like this, that's because of the emulsifiers used. So, does South African peanut butter taste different to ours? This is because peanut butter of South African manufacturer use emulsifiers to make the fat blend into the peanut butter better so it doesn't separate.